Hey, what's up? I'm doing the UI video that I promised, and I actually have two UIs to show. And at the end of the video, I will go over every single add-on that I use, and I will also show you how to install all of the add-ons and profiles at the end. If that's something that you need to know, stick around to the end. This first UI is the UI I use in all my guide videos. Now, this isn't the UI I actually play with. I just think it does a really good job of showing the viewer what I'm doing, but it's not something that I personally like to play with. But if you like it, you are more than welcome to use it. I will provide all the uploads for everything I do here, so you can do whatever you want and you can decide for yourself which one you like. And this is the second UI I will be showcasing. This is the UI I actually play with, and it utilizes weak auras. Now, I didn't come up with these weak auras. I didn't design them. I tweak them only with minor changes. And I will link to the original creator of the weak auras and his upload, so he gets all the credit because I only did minor changes. And the changes are really easy to do yourself, so it's not even a big deal. The first add-on I'm going to go over is the one that does the most changes, which is LVY. This is a pretty popular add-on, and it's fundamental to make either of the UIs that I'm showcasing work. The first one only uses LVY, and the second one uses a combination of LVY and the second add-on I'm going to talk about, which is weak auras. Weak auras is a very popular add-on. It's very powerful, can do a lot of different things. Trying to go over everything that weak auras would do would be an hour-long video in itself. But yeah, I'm using weak auras in my second UI. Now let's go through some smaller add-ons that I use. I use Details Damage Meter. That's the one that you'll usually see in the bottom right corner of most of my UIs. It just shows damage. It shows a lot of different things. It can track tons of different things. I think it's the best damage meter that's on the add-on market right now. I think it's better than SCADA or Recount, but use whatever you prefer. The second smaller add-on that I want to go over is for my nameplates, and I use threat plates, which can be seen here. If you don't like these, the alternative is either Plater, or you can just use the base LVY ones, or just the base Blizzard ones if you really prefer those. And now I'm going to go over two kind of quality of life add-ons. The first is Leatrix Plus. Gives you a lot more options and control over your game. You can turn on like automatic repairing, selling. You can turn on faster looting. You can turn on just lots of things. Max camera zoom is a nice one, so you can zoom out further. You can disable the death effect without doing a cancel command. There's just a bunch of stuff you can do. It's pretty useful. And then the next one is for quality of life is Atlas Loot, which will show you all the gear that comes from different sources, and you can see all the different sources. So you can go look at the PvP gear, you can look at the different dungeons. So here's like ramps, you can see all the gear that comes from there. You can go to heroic, see what comes from there. And it's nice too for crafting. You can see exactly what it costs to make the different things. So if I wanted to make this flask here, you can see exactly what goes in it, which is really nice. This is a great add-on. So these two are both quality of life ones. And then the last couple add-ons that I'm going to kind of go over very, very briefly are, because they're either very well known or it requires too much for this video, is Questy. Everyone knows about Questy. It just puts quest icons on your map. But if you're new to the game or you haven't played Classic for a while, this is pretty useful. It's almost everyone uses this. It's probably one of the most downloaded add-ons for Classic. Next one is DBM. You can also use Bigwigs. This just gives boss timers, and it does a lot of other things, like it can show cap timers on AV, and it's pretty useful. This one is, in Classic, you don't really need this. It's more of a retail thing, but it still is what it is. And the next one is TSM, which is a very in-depth auction house add-on. I cannot go into this in this video because it would take hours. It's a very, very useful add-on, but there's lots of videos out there that show how to use it. I'm not the best auction goblin, but this is super powerful. If you want to get into like playing the auction house, this is where you want to start. And then there's Pally Power, which is only useful if you're a paladin. but it's super useful if you're a paladin. I cannot stress enough, if you're a paladin, please get this. It makes your life and everyone else's life so much easier. And then Nova world buffs, I just use to see what layer I'm on, pretty much. It also checks like exactly what it says, world buffs. Okay, so now I'm going to show how to install add-ons if you're unfamiliar with it. So here we're installing Leatrix Plus. So you just follow one of the links that I've provided or someone else. And then if you have Curse Forge, you can just use this and it will automatically put it in. If not, you hit download, and then when you get the file, you'll grab it, and then you'll bring it to your add-ons folder, which is usually this path: local files, program files, WoW, classic, interface, add-ons, and then you'll drag it in here, and then make sure you unzip it. So here we have some zipped ones. Make sure you extract it into here, and then just make sure that when you click it, that it leads to the actual files and not just another file nested in there. And that's pretty much all you have to do. Most time you just have to hit extract, and yep. And then all you do is reload your UI in WoW, and you'll be good to go. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to upload LVUI if you need to know how to upload the profile. So you're going to start with a profile that looks something like this, and you need to get the correct one in. So you're going to want to follow the link to whichever profile you want. Like, so here's this one. This is the basic tutorial one. Copy the import string, and then you're going to navigate to LVUI like this. Type that out and go down to profiles, go to import profile, hit Control V to paste it, and then hit import now, and then accept. I already have one that's called this, so just overwrite, escape, and we got it. So that's how you do that. And now I'm going to show you how to import the weak auras I use. So I use the one created by this guy right here. It's pretty much the same thing. You're going to want to hit copy import string, and then come to WoW, open up weak auras by typing /WA, and then you import. So you go import, you hit Control V, and then you import. It will say not as a copy. I already have these, so mine will be a copy, but you just hit import, and then you'll be good to go. Well, that's it. If you have any questions, please ask in the comments below. Until then, okay, thanks, bye.